Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's a really simple beginner blanket. It's got this really lovely rib on it. I'll stand it up that way so you can see it. Now this is just a little cuddle blanket. On this side it's got a little bit of a pattern. On this side the rib sticks out a little bit more. Now when I done the border, all the border is into each space put 2 treble crochets. Into the corner I put 3 treble crochets in the corner. My next round, into the middle stitch of those 3 I did another 3. It's a really simple easy border to put on. You don't even need the border, it is quite straight on the edges. So I'm going to show you how, all you beginners, how to do this really pretty blanket. This is a little cuddle size blanket. It might actually fit on a little car carrier. I found that doing this little size of blanket in my tutorials is a lot easier and quicker to show everyone. Now I use this ice yarn. This is a glitz. It's a magic glitz it's called, and it's purple. Even though it's got that metallic in it, it's still really soft. It's very soft. Now I'm going to show you how to do this really simple stitch. My swatch sample, I'm going to use this Red Heart Soft Baby Steps. Use the hook it tells you to use on your label. There is no stitch count for this. Just do your foundation chain any length that you want it to be. Chain whatever length you want it. There is no stitch count. Into the second stitch in the chain, do a half treble crochet. One into the next stitch. You'll do 1 half treble crochet into every stitch. So I've done my first row of half treble crochets. I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn your work around. Now into the back loop of the stitches. The top of your stitches will look like a V. You're going into that back loop. Yarn over, not the first one, go into the second one and do your treble crochet. Yarn over into the back loop of the next stitch. Yarn over and into the back loop. Into the back loop of every stitch. And that creates that lovely texture pattern. So at the end, remember and do that last stitch into the back loop. And this is what you have, this really pretty textured stitch. This is a great stitch as a go-to blanket. If you need a blanket in a hurry, this is the perfect stitch and pattern to use. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and turn your work. Now you're going to do half treble crochets all the way along. That's the 2 rows you'll repeat. So into the very first stitch, you go into the very first stitch. So yarn over and through your stitch. Pull through, yarn over and through your 3 loops. yarn over into the next stitch. You're going right through, pull through and finish the stitch. One into every stitch. When you're at the end, you've got your stitch here, and this is your chain of 3. Count 1, 2 and 3 into that third stitch in that chain. This keeps your stitch count correct. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work, and this is what you have. It's really pretty. Now into the second stitch, so you don't work that stitch, go into the next stitch, into the back loop again. You're doing that back loop, one into every stitch. You'll do that all the way to the end, chain 2, turn, and then you'll do your half treble crochets again. A few more rows, and this is what it looks like. It's really pretty. So once I've done a few rows, this is how my little sample turned out. And the edges are quite straight. You don't need to put a border on this if you don't want to. And it turns out really pretty, even with that sort of Aran thicker yarn. This one is double knitting, and this one is an Aran. And you can see the difference. It's still a really pretty pattern with a really nice texture to it, and that's the other side of it. So it is reversible and it's really pretty, and your edges are straight, so you don't really need to put a border on it. If you do, then just do your treble crochets into each space. I put 2 into each of these spaces around the blanket, 3 into the corner, put 3 treble crochets into the corner, and work your way around through all of these spaces. And along the bottom, I put 1 treble crochet into each stitch along the bottom. Along the top, it was 1 treble crochet into each stitch. And up the sides here, you can see here, I've put 2 into each of the spaces. Just very simple treble crochets, and 3 treble crochets into your corner, just to bring yourself around the corner. So give this a try. It's a really pretty easy stitch for a beginner. Or if you're just looking for a blanket to make really quickly, this crochets up really quick. And if you use a bigger hook and thick yarn, it'll crochet up really quick. You can make one of these in an afternoon. You'll get a really decent standard size blanket, and it's great for beginners too. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please click on the subscribe button, and if you click on the bell icon, YouTube will tell you when I put up another tutorial. So until the next time, happy crafting. And that is straight, by the way. It's just a little out of focus there. It is straight. So happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.